Joseph Sweeney has been farming in Albemarle County for 30 years. During that time, he's seen his fair share of impatient drivers who ignored the slow-moving vehicle emblem on the back of his farm machinery.
Yeah, we have our four-way flashers flashing, our slow-moving signs, our headlights on. We try to get off as often as we can, but it's not always possible because we're pulling big cutters and balers and rakes. And yeah, it's very unnerving. I mean, I've seen probably since I've been here 7 years, 3 very close calls for head-on collisions.
Small, winding rural roads are more dangerous for drivers. Although fewer than 20% of the U.S. population live in rural areas, about 55% of traffic fatalities occur there, according to the U.S. Department of Transportation. With more residents moving to Virginia's countryside, increased traffic often leads to vehicle collisions with slow-moving farm equipment like tractors and hay wagons. So as spring planting season begins, Sergeant Stephan Vick with the Virginia State Police is urging motorists to use caution.
Realize that they may appear to be smaller when you're coming up on them, but they take up a lot of room on the road. And to just be cognizant when you go to pass that vehicle and give them the room they need. The main thing, share the road.
A vehicle driving 60 miles an hour needs almost the length of a football field to come to a stop. That is why it's so critical to pay attention to the SMV emblems on machinery and slow down. State law requires all equipment that moves slower than 25 miles per hour to display a bright reflective SMV symbol.
They're slow-moving vehicles. They're elevated. They're large, they're bulky, and they don't respond like a car. So they're not going to turn quick. They're not going to pull off quick. So you really got to be patient. You got to realize too that they have some blind spots with them, and they may use hand signals because they may not have signals on the tractor, so to speak. So if they're putting their hand out, it's not meaning to wave you by. They could be signaling they're going to make a left or right turn.
Safety experts offer these 3 tips that drivers should always follow on rural roads. 1, slow down immediately when you encounter a slow-moving vehicle. There's a huge difference from a car going 60 miles an hour and an SMV going less than 25 miles an hour. 2, visibility. If you can't see them, they can't see you, so keep your distance. And 3, unexpected vehicle actions. If farm machinery needs to stop or turn, they can't do so quickly, so don't cut them off.
Even put your four-way flashers on to warn the next vehicle coming behind you that there's a slow-moving vehicle. They're not going to be there long. We're going where we're going. We have a job to do, and give us a break.
A slow-moving vehicle like a planter or hay cutter is usually wider than 1 lane of a 2-lane road. Most farmers put that equipment on the road only going from field to field. Many farmers also use flashing amber lights, reflective decals, and escort vehicles to alert approaching drivers.
Just be aware that during the harvest and planting season, they're out early in the morning and they're out till late in the evening. So just be aware on secondary roads, on main highways, on curbs, anywhere you may be traveling, just to be cognizant of those farm vehicles that are going to be on the roadways.
Spring planting season begins in March and can last through mid-May, depending on where you live in Virginia. Look for extra tractors on the road then, and again this fall during harvest season.